we're going to solve a problem involving proportional reasoning. I'm going to show you one strategy of solving this problem. So let's look at the problem. The question says that a standard punch requires 2 cans of orange juice and 1 bottle of ginger ale. When using 4 bottles of ginger ale, how many cans of orange juice are needed for the punch? So let's underline some of the information that's given to us in this problem. Well, we know that we're making a punch, and this punch requires 2 cans of orange juice and 1 bottle of ginger ale. If we want to make more punch, we're going to add more ginger ale. So if we add 4 bottles of ginger ale, how many cans of orange juice are we going to need? For today's lesson, we're going to create a table to represent this data. Remember, there's more than one way to solve this problem, but today I'm going to show you how to solve this using a table. So where do we start? Well, we need to figure out what is the relationship. What are the two things that are being compared to one another? Right, we have orange juice and ginger ale. So let's put this information into our table. Ginger ale we'll put in the left column, and let's put orange juice in the right column. Do you think it matters which column we place ginger ale and orange juice into? When we're done, you can try it the other way. Now we need to put the data into the table. How many bottles of ginger ale do we use, and how many cans of orange juice do we use to make the punch? Well, it says here, for every 1 bottle of ginger ale, we need 2 cans of orange juice. So let's put that information into our table. 1 bottle of ginger ale and 2 cans of orange juice. What if we don't put any bottles of ginger ale? How many cans of orange juice do you think we're going to need? Right, 0, because we're not making any punch. As soon as we add 1 bottle of ginger ale, we need to add 2 cans of orange juice. So what if I have 2 bottles of ginger ale? How many cans of orange juice do you think we need? Well, if I'm doubling the number of bottles of ginger ale, I need to double the number of cans of orange juice. What's 2 plus 2? Or 2 times 2? That gives us 4. I want you to start thinking about whether or not you can see a pattern. Think about how the bottles of ginger ale are increasing. We're increasing by 1 every time. I'm adding 1 bottle of ginger ale every time. And as I add 1 bottle of ginger ale, how many cans of orange juice am I adding every time? We're adding 2 cans of orange juice. So if I add another bottle of ginger ale, how many more cans of orange juice do you think we need to add? Well, according to this pattern, we would add another 2 cans of orange juice. So we would have a total of 6 cans of orange juice. Does this make sense? Are you starting to see a pattern? What do you think the next number will be? Well, if I'm adding 1 bottle of ginger ale every time, let's add another bottle. Now I have 4 bottles of ginger ale. How many more cans of orange juice do I need to add? Right, we need to add another 2 cans of orange juice. So we'll have a total of 8 cans of orange juice. Do you want to keep going? Sure, let's add 1 more. 1 more bottle of ginger ale gives us how many cans of orange juice? You got it, 10. Well, let's go back and see what was this question even asking us to find. The question said, when using 4 bottles of ginger ale, how many cans of orange juice do we need? Do you see that information on our graph? Where do you see 4 bottles of ginger ale? That's correct, right here. When we had 4 bottles of ginger ale, how many cans of orange juice do we need? 8. So we've answered the question. Therefore, 8 cans of orange juice are needed. Can you think of other ways you could have analyzed this table? Are there other patterns you see? Well, we started with 1 bottle of ginger ale and 2 cans of orange juice, and we figured out that for 4 bottles of ginger ale, we need 8 cans of orange juice. How are these numbers related? How do we get from 1 to 4? We could multiply by 4. Well, how do we get from 2 to 8? We also multiply by 4. Notice a pattern here? What if I ask you to find out how many cans of orange juice we need if we have 10 bottles of ginger ale? Think about how you could solve this. Well, one way is to see how we get from 1 to 10. 1 times 10 is 10. So what am I going to do to figure out the missing number of cans of orange juice? Well, if we start at 2, what do I need to multiply 2 by to get the answer? Well, since we multiplied 1 times 10, we're going to multiply 2 times 10. What's 2 times 10? 20. Does that look right? Think about other ways you could have solved this problem. Can you see any other patterns? Check out our playlist to find other ways of solving this exact same problem.